Oh, And welcome to the Rob Arnold Chimaira Show, where we talk about...
I'm your host.
I'm your host. I'm special guest.
That's going on. I'm special guest.
What do I do with that?
With what?
That whatever's on the freaking sleeve.
Just try not to let it show on screen.
Oh, God, it's yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, I know what it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. Jim LaMarca's back. He's I'm doing that whole moment.
Special guest host.
I don't know. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Jim LaMarca's decided to join us today, and he's got some special news that I'm just going to reveal right here.
Please.
He's joined the Jackson family, and he's brought over a couple new ones for us to check out here.
Yeah.
Some of you may remember I got an Ellefson, a silver Ellefson 30th anniversary concert bass when I went and saw the Kings of Thrash, like, I don't know, 2 years ago now or something.
Oh, yeah.
Back in, where was that? I don't remember. Here in Cleveland somewhere or whatever, but I got the bass and gave it to Jim for the 2023 reunions, right?
Yeah, that's when I first played them.
May of 2023. Hey, Jim.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. So crack open this bass.
Oh, shit. Right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Wait till tomorrow.
No, get it set up, see what you want. This is the Dave Ellefson bass. I'm giving it to Jim as a gift. Right there, just pull that black tape off.
Fingers. Oh, yeah. Okay, now which way should I
Yeah,
Is there a case?
Just like that. There's knots.
Oh. Oh, shit. Look at this guy. Nice. Holy cow. It feels great. It's very light.
Yeah. I put a brand new strap in there for you too. Check it out. See if you like that. I figured it's something different for you.
Is it? The same one or no?
But look, it's like the 3-incher. It's thick.
Oh, yeah, because of my body, how it's, I mean,
No,
at 48.
no.
At 48, I'm not bad, though.
That's right.
Seriously, I'm almost
That's
50. Right. Look at this thing, though. This thing's nice. Thank you, Bob. And Mr. Ellefson.
You're welcome.
Got the Megadeth logo on there. I saw that in the video. Did he put batteries in here?
There's a battery, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like it. It feels good.
Good. Yeah, it played killer, man.
We're going to do the strap
cells.
locks right now, or do you want to wait until after the jams?
It's up to you.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
It's an easy thing.
Yeah.
All right.
No, but this is sick, dude. Look at this
Cool.
thing.
Yes, sir.
The intonation looks awesome. Who else is in the video?
Just the other guys, Austin D. Mini Map for Ascension. What do you got?
Is this a smaller neck?
I don't know, but it feels good.
Yeah, it
You
feels
wanna
good.
check it
That's
out?
right.
All right.
See? Yeah. Look at that. It's light. I like the color. I've never had a bass that color before. Look at that thing.
This is sick. Can I have it?
It's made for when you're like, see this right here? This whole thing right here? Oh, it fits right in. How do they know? That's what I want to know. How do they know? They just assume that people, when they get heavier, are older.
Maybe. It's a good thing. Been playing it live since.
Yeah.
The few shows we've done, and he's been loving it. So sure enough, let's see what you got. This first one here. Is that the zipper?
This right here?
Yeah.
There you go. What a surprise.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
Look
So,
at this.
okay, so this is another 30th anniversary. I guess I could have just pulled it out. Why am I flipping it? Oh, look at that thing here. I'll take that.
Okay, you want to put that out of the screen?
I'll do that. Here. Oh, man,
Yeah,
it's you.
check
That
this
thing
out.
looks solid.
It's very solid.
So that's another Ellefson concert bass.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you just got another one in black.
Another one in black.
That felt solid. I can't wait to try that out. Man. Very cool. Oh, look, it's got the
the Megadeth logo.
little
Or the
radioactive symbol there.
yeah, very nice bass. It's I have this is like the first time I'm playing them. Going to be playing them to. And plugged in basically. 'Cause
Okay.
When I got them right before I left on my spring break vacation, whatever you want to call it. And I just messed around with them at work actually, and I brought them home. I got them mailed to me 2 separate days. It kind of came in the mail 2 separate days. So I played them at work, went home.
Just acoustically, you're saying?
Acoustically, yeah. So, yeah, now this is the first time I'm actually, playing with them, and I wanted to bring them here special for this,
You haven't pumped them through
TV
a couple
show.
SVT 8x10 stacks?
Yeah,
That's just
at the barbershop?
Oh, at the bar? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. See, we need that. I wish we had just huge walls of cabs on stage,
Yeah, I just don't want to
pure
carry it.
Yeah, that's
the problem.
Exactly. We're actually doing the opposite of all that, stripping things
Yeah,
down.
way easier nowadays.
But yeah, man, there was a time when you had like 5, 6, 8x10 cabs at the old studio. Remember that?
Yeah, I had the SWR
Yes, that was
Mega
the original
Goliath.
one.
That was the original one. We bought it.
Then you got a bunch of PV ones.
And then I got, had a bunch of, no, I had an Ampeg. Well, wait a minute, hold on. I did have the 15-inch woofer Ampeg, and then the 4x10 Ampeg. Then we got the Mega Goliath. But that was my own personal one, and then we got the Mega Goliath, and then we got the PV stuff. The PV, I had 3 of them.
Yeah.
So that's total, 5. I mean,
and that's crazy. David Ellefson was our PV rep.
Right.
In that time when he was off from Megadeth, that big block of, I don't know, the early 2000s or something, he was our PV rep. And it's insane that...
I'll never forget when he came down to the show. We were in Phoenix, and, at first getting his phone number, I'm like, damn, this is so cool. Like, I think it was the first time I met him was he bringing me 2 bass cabinets, and then I think I got a head, or did I get some? Yeah, I got the everything. He brought and he set it up, and I was like, hey, can you play Peace Sells?
Yeah.
And he started showing me. I was like, this. It was just such a very amazing experience, and it's like this guy's giving me gear.
Yeah.
That Paul from Slipknot is the one that called him. Because we were in Des Moines, and Paul came to the show, and he's like, hey, he goes, man, you should play PV. He's like, I can hook you up with PV. I'm like, dude, that'd be great, So he's like, yeah, Dave Ellefson's a rep. It's awesome. He's like, it's one of my, he was just freaking out about him. So we actually went to Jimmy John's that day. It was the first time I ever had Jimmy John's.
Okay.
And
What'd you get?
I think it's the Italian, but now they toast their subs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they used to all be cold for a while.
Yeah, it's all cold
I've been
now.
there a long time.
Yeah, so anyways, we went and had Jimmy John's, and I was just like super stoked. And then we went to Phoenix on that tour. And that's where Dave brought out the I think I got probably 2 Cirrus basses at the time, and then the whatever the head was, I can't remember exactly what the head was, but then I think I got 2 cabinets at the same time. Like he brought 2 down.
The crew was probably stoked to fit 2 more 8x10s into the trailer.
That trailer,
mid tour.
Yeah, but it was awesome, just a great experience, and here we are back again now. More.
Yeah. I think that's a cool gig for guys after their touring days or whatever. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know if it ended poorly or on a positive note when Ellefson left Megadeth that first time or whatever, but he became a PV rep, and I think that's a cool gig. Like, just you're still working with gear every day, going to shows.
Well, that's the cool thing about Jackson, though. So here's the key. Like when I was younger, so I was a Metallica fan. I grew up being a Metallica fan, and then I got into Megadeth as well, but it wasn't as influential on me in the beginning until like Rust in Peace came out.
Yeah.
And Rust in Peace came out, I'm like just watching, and you could see the Jackson, on the videos, like especially Rust in Peace. I'm like, you just saw that and it just stood out. And I was like, damn, that's so awesome. I'm like they just look cool,
Yeah,
And
I
back
agree.
then I couldn't afford. I wasn't even playing bass back then. I was playing guitar, like as a kid. And I'm like, I just thought it was awesome, like seeing the Flying V and.
I think thought the exact same thing about Metallica, like with the one video and seeing ESP.
Well, that's
and being like, whoa, that's awesome. But I agree. I also thought the Jackson looked awesome because Megadeth played him and lots.
And
of
then
bands,
the funny thing is, it's like we've had now being part of Jackson now with this being getting these guitars. I'm like, I go, well, it's kind of full circle, kind of like we ESP's back in the day.
Yeah,
Elves. I mean, it's just it's pretty awesome.
I want to say I think Ellefson was maintain his Jackson relationship even though he was working for PB.
I think so.
I don't know. Like because remember when we took his band, it was called like F5 or something on tour?
F5, yeah.
Was he playing PV basses or was he playing Jackson basses for that?
No, he was playing PV.
Was he?
I believe
Okay,
so,
all right,
because he had a signature series. I can't remember the exact name of it back then, but
maybe PV would have wanted that. Like, hey, listen, well, you're selling our instruments, we want you playing PV.
I mean, it's cool to make that stuff up though, like for the video, it's just like, I mean, he he kept it good.
Yeah, just a theory. I can't confirm.
Right, exactly.
But I wouldn't say I was making it up. But
No,
anyways,
yeah.
it is super cool. Just that we even have a connection with Megadeth, with Ellefson and Jackson and all this now. So it's
very cool. Very stoked to even be playing these guitars. Because
you said you haven't even plugged it in yet. Grab a cable,
haven't even
jam around a little bit, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Just dialed up a quick tone here. I don't know if you're gonna love it or not, but is that thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it all good?
Yeah. I mean, it's it's pretty cool.
Hard to grab. There's one right in front of you too.
Oh, I know. Excuse me. It's got a good. The Jackson neck. I think that's probably what I really like about.
Does it feel like your silver one, or does it feel different?
It feels a little different.
Because
the silver one has a little bit more of a it's different smoothness on the back of here, but like this still has that.
But what I was saying is that your silver one is actually a 30th anniversary edition, and it's like I think it's got slightly better components. Maybe it's like a neck through. It had the painted neck versus the satin. Maybe some other things. It's a little more expensive than this, which is just a regular concert series CBX4.
Yeah, and what I'm looking forward to is actually like when we do rehearse and getting my pedals and all that, my sound through an amplifier and feeling how just feeling especially because we're gonna be I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out like what the whole feel is going to be like when I play these guitars. So I'm going to bring them down to the the rehearsal.
You really don't know how an instrument's going to perform and stuff until you like really put it to the test. Because I'll get some new guitar here and I think it rules and I'm jamming around just something. And then actually with the band and you're playing songs in the moment and stuff, you realize either some of its inefficiencies or things you don't like about it or things you actually love about it that you didn't know before. So
and I think that's one thing that we'll do, like, and it's kind of like during the, like at least the first day of practice is just feeling everything out. Like, especially because I'm going to have new guitars there, and it's just going to feel, at least feel the, see, I like to sit behind, I like the amp sitting behind me and like to just vibrate my back. And it's like, if this doesn't do that, which I doubt it won't, but I think when I feel that like that'll tell me like, okay, that's cool. I could use it. But like playing the original one I got, the first one, I wasn't nervous about it, but it was like, here we're playing 2 shows. We're playing the Impossibility of Reason full album side. And, I got my backups just in case. I had 6 guitars with me, 1 backup for each tuning, whatever. And it's like, if that were to be a problem, I'm going to switch it out right away. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It lasted the whole thing. The next show, the cruise. I mean, it's flawless. I was like, it's my favorite bass to play, especially now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, hey, I might get this up there and be like, well, this thing's just as good. It feels just as good as that one.
Maybe even like it more. You
might even like it more. Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. It looks mean as hell.
And then when I brought it up and I opened it up at the barber shop, I forget who was standing there, and someone's like, "Dude, I love that color. That's awesome." I go, "Yeah, it's like a matte black. Like, it's just smooth looking."
Got to get some strap locks on there, right?
Yep. Got to get that all done. Got to get this thing ready. Mm-hmm. But we do have another one though.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, we do have 2 basses.
I'll break this out and then I will we'll swap.
Yeah, and this one is I like this one. It's and I don't have a problem with it, but it's not the same Jackson headstock.
So it's different. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, but it's the green, just like my SL2MG.
Yeah.
Right there, killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that baby.
Look at that baby.
Yeah.
Totally different headstock and doesn't have like the Jackson name. It's just that J. Just with the J for the Jackson. Because they can't fit it on there, I guess, huh?
But I do,
but cool.
Like when I said, when I opened that one up, I was like, ooh, I like this. Because this was a newer model and I was like, okay, well, it's cool. I'm not complaining, but at the same time, I'm like, well, let me see how this is. And for me, that's kind of like my older style, like almost like it's almost like a Tobias, like that whole body type, like not a Tobias, but like it's got a different shape to it than,
Yeah. Needs a tuning. What is that one in? Was that E?
Yeah, I believe so. Probably just E natural tuning.
You could keep that one. Or do you want to switch? You want to take here? We'll switch.
Oh, you want that one? Yeah.
Let's just. I can tune them up. Or
I think we're gonna have to set them.
Am I on here? Yeah. So this is the X Series Spectra SBX4.
Yes.
I got a little cheat sheet right here just because it's a lot to remember. X Series Spectra SBX4. And the other one, X Series David Ellefson 30th anniversary CBX4. Oh, the black ones, but that's not the 30th. This is not the 30th anniversary. This is just the Concert Series CBX4, and this is the series, or the Spectra Series SBX4.
Yes.
Okay. Still looks good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do these.
Yeah, that
back to back. It's slightly different. Well, no, mine's matte, yours is gloss.
Yeah. Pretty sweet looking guitars though.
Yeah. That'll look good. We got to get all the guys to wear green, Yeah,
because green's probably, like with metal, it looks good.
Imagine what a drum kit in this would look like. I bet that'd be pretty damn sweet.
Oh, yeah. I think a matte drum kit black is probably pretty badass too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, these, this one, like, first thing picking this one up, I was like, wow, this is really like. Just for me personally, I like to play with my fingers, but like the rest where my hand goes, like where it rests is very important to me. Like that feels really good, but this one has a very smooth feel to the top of the body. Yeah, nice. So
you might actually be plugged into the tuner right now. Go ahead and just hit a.
Oh,
okay, so that's E. Yeah. While you're doing that, and then you can. Should I put these in drop C?
Yeah.
Just to have some fun. But go ahead, put that in E. And let's hear some like Chili Peppers or some of your old jams. Yeah. People. Yeah, what was that old lick you'd always play? Boom, boom. Nice.
Do solos of it?
Oops. I got to tune up too.
Yeah. It's the McDonald's, right? Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
How about?
What is that?
Just keep it up. At BK, have it your way. My wife hates that.
I sing it to my son, and he's just like, Dad, please. Because when he's playing online, he wants me to go upstairs now when he's playing with his friends online, like the Roblox. He's like, well, Dad, because I embarrass him, Because I'll say stupid stuff on but it's great. It's like, that's what you get.
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, like, when Robbie's on his Oculus and stuff like that, I'll notice, like, if I'm walking by or something like that, he'll just stop talking. Stop.
What, Dad?
Yeah, stop
what?
interacting
I'm like,
with the group.
What's wrong? Is everything all right? That's not I wonder what that's,
Got a nice top end, gets a big snap.
Yeah. It's a little different than that because like I believe these type of like the Ellefson style bass is more for what we're doing.
Yeah.
This is more like how I like to play kind of on my own, this style, this feel. It's like just got a whole different feel than those basses, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's cool because you just kind of make do with what you got, like you can't. If I were to play this song, like let's just say I had these two guitars for a live show, it's like, I might get up there and be like, this is not doing it for me. Like you were saying, like, hey, we're just going to grab this one and see how this one feels. And boom, the rest of the set, boom, it's done.
Yeah. Well, I'll get them in C and we'll see. I mean, you can go ahead and drop it to C if you can see that tuner. Yeah, and I can fully set these up for you
Yeah, we're gonna
if
have
you want.
to.
You bring me some strings and.
Now, see, it has a whole different feel.
It's a nice F.
Yeah.
People love this shit. They love just watching guys tune.
One thing I've learned over the years is when you down tune like this with a guitar and you got to do that, this is never gonna be the same. You're gonna lose a little bit of the. See, it's a little sharp. Yeah, see, because you're down tuning everything and everything changes, and that's where if the intonations. Yeah, everything. See, then everything's good. One thing about basses is, I think they stay in tune way better than guitars do. I think.
Yeah, of course.
It's there's something about them. Like I remember getting home, and like from a tour, like we were in Europe, and the guitars were shipped over, or whatever, how we ever got them. Remember, did we used to ship them, or like we didn't carry them all the time with us, right?
Well, here's the story I always tell. We used to ship all our gear over to Europe up until about 2006 or something like that. And then this one time we got a $30,000 shipping bill at the end of the tour just for that, which obviously eats a lot of the profit, you know? And it's at that point we decided, all right, we're going to do this one more time, ship it over one more time, but then leave it there. Yeah. So we set up a warehouse out there, and then we found a place, and then we had our complete European backline over there, so we no longer had to travel with any gear. Yeah. Remember, we had everything over there, from backdrops to wardrobe cases. Yeah. All the strings, picks, batteries, tools, workstations.
But the guitars, I think we never really carried them like we've been for the cruise. We didn't carry the guitar.
That's because we'd ship them.
Remember
we'd have that company Sound Moves come into the practice space, and we'd have everything outside, and they'd put it on pallets and then shrink wrap it.
But I remember,
ship it all over.
Personally, I remember sometimes getting back, and after they'd be shipped back, and open up my case, and I forgot to undo the strings, loosen them up a little bit for the plane ride back, and I'd plug my bass in and be like, it's fine. Yeah. It's perfectly in tune. I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What is that wobble?
Is that Pantera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've been playing that live.
What song
Maybe.
is that? Using My Third Arm or something?
I don't know the name of it.
Yeah. I don't know it.
Oh, you can do the Van Halen.
Wow. It sounds like that one needs its action raised.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear a ton of buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt these have been properly set up. They were just shipped from the factory. And you didn't ask for a setup.
I didn't ask for a setup
that's pro tip. Well, if you're in this situation, ask the company to give you a setup for it, and tell them, I always say, I want it in drop C with these string gauges, and then I still put on my own strings when I get it, but then it's set up for that, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah. And if you don't have a Rob Arnold in your band, then you got to worry about that. You don't have to worry about it if you got one,
That's right.
That one sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Do you want to trade back?
Yeah.
Should we try to play a Chimaira song, 2 basses?
Yeah.
Name one. Oh. Okay, so let's try it again. 2, 3, 4. I don't know what notes that are. Okay, there it is.
Fuck. Oops.
Go ribbon, I was gonna try it.
Is that what you play?
Need 2 more strings.
This is how every band should be this way. More bass. Right. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. You don't need to do anything. Oh, I'm confused. Okay. Yeah.
I'm lost too.
Me too. That's fine. Okay, one more time. Yeah. Next one. You know what to play?
I'm gonna poke and hope.
One, two,
Yeah.
So we'll go over that before the show. We'll go over that whole song. But if you want to play bass, I'm down, dude. If you want to play bass with me,
Yeah?
yeah. Did you pause it?
No.
Oh.
Just making sure we're playing there. Yeah, so I could play bass with you?
Yeah, that'd be a cool idea. Like that would really make the band happy. It's like, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? We're just adding bass. It's just video we shot, so.
It's going to be a big improvement to the band. Just trust us.
Yeah.
This video we just shot. Oh, this video.
Yeah. This video.
For a second, I pictured like a music video. Just me and you. Just,
yeah. We're going along with that music video. No, but like that's it's kind of funny here, and
Actually, just so I want to keep that switch. Or I'm going to keep this. We're going to
switch basses. Yeah. You want to try this bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool. I like the feeling of that bass. Like it feels good. I think the what do you call it? The
action.
The action needs
Yeah.
Just a little bit. This neck is definitely. This feels like, especially up on the top there.
I think this bass is naturally a little bit louder.
Yeah.
Because I'm running through the same track that I was before.
Can't hear this one.
But I thought you sounded louder when you were doing it, but yeah. Whatever, that's one of those things you'll feel out live, like you were talking about, or in rehearsals with the amp behind you. If you notice a difference, like this bass just doesn't have quite the punch or whatever, and then maybe you just need to turn up a little bit, or
well, the funny thing is, it's like if I'm bringing two basses to these festivals that we're playing, I'm going to be playing the main one most of the time.
Yeah,
this is going to be a backup, but you don't know. What if something goes on with that bass? It's like, okay, now I gotta have
Well, you determine that in rehearsals.
Right.
What one feels best that I want to be my main.
Yeah.
And then and that changes for me too. Like, let's say I'm here at the house, like just practicing songs or whatever. But when we actually, I think, okay, this is going to be my main, this is going to be my backup. How I'm rehearsing just by myself. Then we get to the rehearsals, and when you hear everything coming together and how it's reacting with everybody, I'll change my mind sometimes.
Yeah, I think the last time we rehearsed too, there was something going on. Like something wasn't loud enough. Remember that you were having a problem?
Yeah, that's the problem with the power stage. But I think I'm going to have that fixed.
Really?
This time.
More amps?
Well, I'm going to use a 4 ohm cab versus a 16 ohm cab. So just think of it this way: my power amp pushes a certain amount of power, but it's like, if you think of I heard this example, like a garden hose, that gets bigger or smaller, there's like this step down and gets real small when it's hitting a 16 ohm cab, like the PV Invective.
Okay.
But, and which I'd love to continue using, but I was going to rewire one to be 4 ohm, but I'm scared to do that. But I realized I have a Marshall cab that is 4 ohm, so it's just going to be instantly louder because it'll take full advantage of the power amp rather than it being downstepped.
Yeah. What did you play on the at Incarceration? Was it a Fender? That Fender, or was that just the pedals?
So I'm using the Towmaster Pro.
And was that cab?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter as much live because it's just mic'd and Big John out front.
Right.
He sees, maybe Rob's signal's a little lower than Matt's, so he just turns it up there.
Yeah.
But in practice, as I've said a million times, I thought my rig was sounding good, and then as soon as I heard it against Matt, who was using a real 6505, it was just incredibly louder and just sounded the way it was supposed to, where mine seemed thin and small. But that, I think, was
that's
because
the
of the
thing
problem.
too. It's I just remember us practicing back in the day, like we had the setup at the practice spot was, it's like it was easy to unpack everything. Boom, you're ready to go. Like everything was ready to go.
Yeah.
Now we're like at a different point where in our career where we're playing not so much, but at the same time you got to figure everything out before you play a show.
It's like figuring everything out over and over again. At the old practice spot, we had a system in place. All the gear stayed there. It was the headquarters.
But that also goes with touring too, though. Like touring, every day you're playing a different stage, different sound in the club. Like everything has to be adjusted all the time.
I believe that in those situations that the more variables you can eliminate, the better your chances for success. So even though we're in a different room every night, we still had the exact same gear all the time.
Right.
Where this, I mean, we're renting gear. So when we go to these festivals, we're playing on other people's amps and stuff like that. So things change.
The cruise ship playing on the top of that, on the top deck of the cruise ship, that was like probably one of the most wild experiences. I know we probably talked about it in that one video, but I just remember sitting there going, like, we're playing in the ocean. We're playing on, on a stage, on a boat in the middle of the ocean, okay? Mm-hmm. And the wind was just insanely harsh compared to like anything. I don't ever remember the wind being that strong anytime we ever played. Where like remember that one gust of wind just knocked over the Matt's guitar. I was like, ooh.
Did it?
Oh yeah. Huh. Well, because it was just because we were trying to figure out like everything. They're putting sandbags down to keep everything from moving. And you're like, okay, let me get this set up. But like, it was just such a crazy experience to do that. But like, it's like we practiced the week. Did we practice the week before?
Yeah, we practiced up to it for like, or actually,
no, we didn't.
Didn't we practice like a month before, 3 weeks before?
Weeks,
yeah, there was a space in between actually doing the thing. So my two thoughts of that were, one, I didn't feel that first show that I didn't feel super confident because it was our first time playing together in over a year. Yeah. So it's not like we were in any type of groove. But then playing on that top of that boat, I felt like I would if I were drunk on stage, which I've been many times, but I haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
But because your footing wasn't totally solid because the boat's moving. Yeah. So you go to take a step and it just isn't exactly where you think it's going to be or something like that because the boat's moving, and I almost felt like I was stumbling around drunk a little bit.
And I'll tell you, it was one of my favorite experiences with doing that whole thing. I mean, I don't know how you felt compared to me, but I enjoyed all the show. I enjoyed the whole thing. It was just amazing. Like the one night we're walking up towards we're walking out towards the front up top deck and I'm like, I'm gonna hit the buffet. Just go right to the buffet.
Yeah, that is nice.
Just beelining right to the buffet. I'm like, hold on, let me get some scrambled eggs real quick, and then we'll go, watch whoever's playing. It was just
let me go get some scrambled eggs real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it was just such a cool experience. A great vacation, whatever. For me, we enjoyed it.
Yeah, there were definitely things I liked about it, and then there were things that I didn't. I started to get claustrophobic.
Yeah, if I was in your room, I would be too. Actually, just that window. Like,
I regret not visiting any of the other guys' rooms like you that got upgraded rooms.
Yeah.
To see if that was like actually having a balcony and things like that.
It was okay. I think the smallest. 2 times I remember being on the road that we were in small hotel rooms. One was in Amsterdam at the Botel.
I remember the Botel, but I don't remember the hotel room.
Oh, it was just It was just. Yeah, very small.
It's like right in downtown Amsterdam, and there's a river that runs through the heart of Amsterdam or whatever, and there was like a big boat that was called the Botel right in the water, kind of a fixture, even though it was in the water. Yeah, it wasn't. I doubt it was. Rocking,
and then the other time was that ferry ride.
There was like 4 of us in the room with the pull-down bunks, and you just smelled like exhaust on it. I thought you were going to mention the room when we arrived in Japan the first time.
Oh, well, that was different. That's a different. It was awesome.
But we got in there, and like our hotel room was as big as this room,
and he had this huge ass suitcase, and I'm like, "Are you in?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, this is it." I'm in the foyer. I'm like, "Just go in." And it's like you get in the room, and you're just like, I think the room was probably not smaller than this room here.
I know, with 2 beds and a bathroom.
But the cool thing was, taking a shower, I was like, and then like this one part of the mirror was defrosted,
defogged or whatever,
or defogged, yeah. But it was like, I'm like, I didn't even touch that. And then you look at a radio in it, and you could dial like a radio. I think from what I remember, it was a radio, the station. You could listen to music. I'm like, that's cool. And then you hit the bidet.
I loved that. Was that your first bidet experience?
Yeah.
It probably was for me too. Yeah. But I remember you from the bathroom being like, Rob, this rules. and like
warm.
And like we'd be like the next day we're like getting ready and you'd be like, I'm just gonna go do a quick bidet.
Yeah. Seriously, like it was I don't even know why we don't have those installed on houses just like default. Like all houses should have a bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
get
them.
People want to save on toilet paper and all that stuff like that. You don't even need it.
Aren't you going to be getting a new house soon?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about building? Is that what you said?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I was going to say, if you build, have a bidet put in. But I guarantee they sell those at Home Depot and stuff. You just put on,
Yeah, all you need is a strong water fountain too. I guess same kind of thing.
Could you imagine a guy up on there? Something Borat would do. Just be crouching over up like,
the Myers in Brunswick. I want to say the water fountain.
They have a bidet?
Yeah, no, but they have a water fountain that's really strong. I'm like, like, yeah, I just look forward to drinking water. I'm like, it's like, feel like I'm in school again, you know?
Oh, just hearing you say that
that
after what we're
COVID stuff
talking
never
about.
bothered me back. Like, I guess I'm going to drink a water fountain. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
still use drinking water fountains all the time.
Whatever, bro,
I
grow
never
up.
cared.
Yeah.
Could you imagine though if like Walmarts and stuff had bidets? Would you use it?
Oh,
Just
God.
knowing.
Or gas stations.
Yeah.
Like shitty BPs.
Oh, dude.
Like, you're like, hey, listen, I'll be right back. What are you getting gas? No. I'm going to go quick. They got the BP bidet.
Yeah. You pull over, I need a bidet.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, yeah, so rooms and stuff like that, like, yeah, there was a couple. Like, but Japan, I didn't think of it as that in that category because in Tokyo we had an awesome hotel room.
I kind of only remember the first one.
I totally remember because I had my computer with me and I was playing that Sim City game like the whole time.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Dude,
Rob is fat.
another experience that I think about all the time because now I have this long hair, you know, but it still wasn't as long as yours. But I remember one time I'm laying there in bed and you're playing Sim City and like Todd Bell had sent over like all the proofs from the self-titled photo shoot. So this is 2004. We're in Japan. Self-titled didn't come out till 2005.
Okay.
But we were getting stuff ready. Album had probably been recorded. Yeah, Kevin was already in the band. Or, whatever. We had done a photo shoot, and you're looking through the proofs that he sent over. That Mark would approve certain ones. Okay, and everything. But you're just going through the proofs, and there's just one of you, and you just look badass and menacing. It's just you, hair down to here and everything. And you just turn around, and you're like, dude, I can't even fucking believe that's me. Because you look like Phil Anselmo during the Reinventing the Steel era, I think, where he's just like super long hair and beard and just,
because like it did well. The photos did well for me. Like I was like,
dude, if I could find that, I'll flash it on the screen. Right.
That's cool.
The one
was it the one where I was the Jim LaMarca shirt? Is that the one? That was more like I was like this, Oh,
I'm also going to show that great picture of you with your shirt off and those two Japanese chicks. Remember? When you're sitting in Japan, I'll show that. Yeah.
We were drinking.
Across that recently.
I think we were drinking
sake or something. Right?
Yeah.
That was a good time.
I tell you what. I always tell this story at the barbershop. Like, we only had sushi one time on that trip.
Yeah, and I don't even remember.
I know, exactly, because we went to that Japanese steakhouse. All the rest of the time we ate that the Korean barbecue.
Yeah. Just wanted to take a sec here to mention that I've become aware via YouTube analytics that almost 70% of you guys watching my videos right now aren't subscribed to the channel. So I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you to consider go ahead and doing so. Just hitting that subscribe button. It's free, quick, and easy, and is a big help to me. Really helps me do cooler things here on the channel, which in turn makes better videos for you guys and more videos for you guys too. So again, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button. Now back to the video.
Yeah.
But on that note,
SOD is gonna be playing at the Metal Fest.
I know you and maybe Mark are big fans.
Yeah,
I don't know the first thing about
it's.
SOD.
I think Joss is doing it with. I look like it's Scott Ian and his son.
It's like an Anthrax side project, right?
Oh yeah. Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like SOD when that came out, I want to say it was like, man, I thought it was 80, maybe 87, 86 or something came out. I can't remember exactly when it came out, but like. My buddy Tom Smith, Mike Smith's brother, he had MOD, and somebody else had an MOD, but then I think he had SOD cassette tape, and we would listen to that like nonstop. And then I had to go buy it because I was like, I need my own copy. Like, bring your tapes. That's another thing that's like, those days are gone. Like, we would go and what do you call it? Like, bring your tapes, Smitty. And he'd bring his tapes, and I'll be like, what do you got? And like, we'd listen to Macabre back in the day. Remember them?
Yeah.
And we would listen to them, and he would have SOD. And then our friend Tweak he'd let me borrow his Biohazard State of the World Address tape. And
I had that tape.
He said I never gave it back to him, but I think I gave it back to him. But man, what a great record that is.
You can't give that back, Or you make a copy.
It was orange. It was an orange tape. It looked just awesome. I was like, dude, you know what? Just buy another one. You'll be fine. I'll take you out to dinner sometime. Like, that's what back
tapes were coveted back then when you were a kid, Yeah, you got to.
Especially when they got ruined.
Keep inventory on that. Yeah, Bakuza says physical media is making a comeback.
I know.
CDs and tapes and stuff, So I think
I saw
cool.
a cassette tape on someone. I was like, is that old? Or what? And it was like, no, it was a newer tape. Someone like puts a single out on a cassette tape. Well, that's the thing too. Back in the day, you go to a record store and there's bands, you're like, I didn't know who the band was. Like, you'd go buy buy a single. They'd have the single. And it's like, okay, oh, that's not bad. Then that was it sometimes, for the band. But like, other than that, like, It's a good way to kind of like not waste your money.
Yeah.
You know?
At Perry's Rock Pile, he'd always have like singles with like victory bands, and I'd get some of those. Like,
oh yeah, that's it. And I think that's cool. Like, you know, like I remember Mark was talking about the vinyl stuff, and you know, I have a bunch of vinyl. I actually took my uncle's collection, and we were supposed to do. He wanted me to take his collection and put it on to a computer and kind of like digitize it, whatever.
Yeah.
I said, dude, just here, log into my Spotify. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, I wanted to do it, but I'm like,
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have the time for this. It'd be awesome if I did, but I don't have the time. Like, you got to listen to the whole thing.
Yep.
Then you have to edit it and cut it. I mean, it's like, yeah, that's why I mean, they make things a little bit more convenient for you.
I did that for my dad way back in the day, like 3 CDs worth. He made a list of particular songs from a record player. This is back in like probably like 98 or something like that. And then, so once I did that, then you have to burn them onto CD in real time. Yeah. Because that was the beginning of CD burning technology and all that, you know? So
I bought it. Did you ever have I had a dual CD burner.
Oh, I never had one of those.
Yeah. But, and then, Poke, remember Poke?
Yeah.
He had, I bought it and he had to help me because I can't figure this out. He's like, well, did you read the directions? I'm like, it doesn't matter, dude. Just come. I can't figure it out. Just it's not working, you know. Like, and it's like, you know, I think I burned like whatever. Like I had like a you know, one of those things, a disc, and I think I went through that and I never used it again.
Like I got one right there.
Yeah, the spool.
The spool. Speaking of Poke, he was a big Tool fan. Do you know that one riff, that famous one?
Nah, I don't.
Some crackling there. What about Southbound Pachyderm, Primus? Do you know the song?
Kind of a little bit.
Something like that, yeah. But it's a cool thing. Something like that.
Something like that. See, that sounds good, dude.
I like the space. Just the action needs to be adjusted.
The action needs to be adjusted, but when you hit those notes right up there, it's just gotta. You can feel it in your speakers. That's why I asked you if you had a sub. It sounds like you have a sub in there. Yeah.
I just turned this down with my pinky.
Really?
Yeah. Let's try that. Hold on.
Oops. I can't remember. Seven?
Got maybe 8. Oh.
That's what we're doing live. I'm like, Matt, what number is that?
It's 10, homie.
Oh.
$11.
Okay. Oh, wow, I forget. Open? Open? One.
I don't know.
It's very confusing with 2 basses and you playing leads.
Yeah.
It's confusing because I'm like, at first I'm trying like, where do we play? Or where are we at?
So how about... Is that... Yeah, try hit that. See if you know what to do. 2, 3, 4. Nope. Hold on.
Wait.
Okay. 2, 3, 4. My whole perception of like soloing is off because I'm missing 2 strings. I don't know exactly.
You can't go up. How do you like playing on that though?
I like it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I can't remember where the rhythm part is over that though. Open. Right?
I'm not sure. It's got to be this, right?
Open. Up here. Wait, let's. Right?
No, I think that
No?
sounds like 1 to me.
I don't know. Right.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oops. What is it? What is it?
8s.
God, it's terrible.
Oh.
Twice
We
now.
sound like crap. You remember that one time we were years and years ago? We were on tour and we stopped at the Guitar Center and we're in like that acoustic room. You know, we bought like I got like a 12 string and you got like a a 4-string acoustic bass
Yeah.
or whatever. We're trying to do some stuff, and you just look at me and you're like, dude, we're in a signed rock band and we suck.
Because it's just like, I mean, it's like that, like kind of stuff like that. You gotta like you practice, like acoustic, like you're broke down,
yeah.
like playing like this is like it's just like you're playing. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that I've never really thought about it this way before, but I think you'd agree. Guys like us in Chimaira, like the guys that are in Chimaira, we're good at what we do, our own songs, but we're not good at anything else. Like,
We just talked about the blues jam the other day.
Oh yeah,
in Ireland.
Yeah, we tried to do a blues jam on stage and we just suck. But we can rip some Nothing Remains.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think Metallica. They were saying that Metallica was saying something about like that individually. Besides Robert Trujillo, besides him, like individually, they're not the greatest, but together they form a band that. Like when they're together, it's like they can play their songs. Like no matter what, they're still going to be able to play those songs. Like it's them. Mm-hmm. Where if they were like covers, like Metallica did covers and made them their own.
Yeah, and they sound great.
Yeah.
But it's still them playing them.
Right.
So those guys together. Yeah, I hear you on that.
It's just, it's you know what it is? It's like, because you played in bands before. I played with Ben and then I played in a rock band. And playing that compared to playing Chimaira and when I came into the band was like, that's so different, but like I love the metal stuff. I was like, I love the metal to play the metal stuff. But when I played that stuff, like I'm doing like these bass lines, like more like.
Yeah, is this Not So Blah you're talking about?
Yeah.
But still, yeah, you were good at it because it was your stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, and they were, a little bit more, but the dynamics of that band, like we have our dynamics with this, but like with that band, it was totally different, like that was we could break down and jam. Like that was like kind of like, Ben and Joe and those guys, like that's what they did, like going in there and playing with his cousin Mikey, who played with Kenny Rogers, go in there, Mikey be on the drums, and then he'd be doing a hi-hat thing, we'd break down, and then Ben would get on the drums and jam. We'd do it like for an hour. But like that was cool, like to do it that way. But like I remember when I first joined the band, like we're like, yeah, come on, Arnold's do it. And he's like, he just didn't do it. Yeah. Like, okay, play And Justice for All because Rob wants to play the solo, But that's it's just that the personalities of every band is what you get. And that's why I think a lot of bands, like when they go to record, like probably talked about this before, but like they go to a Ben studio or something like that, and like they got 12 songs and Ben gives them 3 good ones. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like he takes the 12 songs that they came into the studio with and gives them 3 good tunes.
He understands what are the ones that are great and have some good potential, and he puts extra focus on those.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
Right. But then the thing is, it's like the band changes. Like it's like, these are like I think Pure Hatred was like that. I think like
that's what great producers do.
Yeah.
Show your band your strengths.
Right.
And your weaknesses. So yeah, a band goes in there with 12 songs. Ben decides to concentrate on the 3 that he thinks have the most potential, maybe to get on the radio or just build a band and stuff like that. The band hears that, all of a sudden they have these amazing new recordings with all these new ideas from Ben's brain, and then they can go in that direction, realizing what is possible.
Right. And then I would go see them live and they sucked.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing back then. It was like, I think about it now as I'm older. I'm like, I talked to some kid the other day. He's like, yeah, I'm going to a concert. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Like, I know when I went to concerts back in the day, I was going there to study. You know what I'm saying? Like to watch other bands and be like, okay, what are they doing? Like, you kind of like had to feel out those situations and like actually feel like what these other bands were doing. And like, some band, it was like, you got some hype here in Cleveland. You go, I'd go see them and be like, okay, I get it. That's cool. It's cool. But like, you have to create your own, your own path, I guess you can say. And when I look at like going to shows and stuff like that back then, I wasn't like I know people go to shows and get wasted. I never did that because I was so focused on wanting to do that to where we got to the point of where we got to, and I wanted to do that. So I wasn't really like, I'm not going to party. Like, and I went to go see a big band, like paid tickets, paid for, good money to see these big bands play. And I'd be like the whole time, like I'd see people at Blossom, like driving there. And this dude, you know, in Blossom, the hills, like the dude's just sitting there. He's wasted. He's sleeping in the driver's seat and his girlfriend's like sleeping in the passenger seat. I'm like, did you enjoy that show? Like, what do you remember from the show? I remember everything from those shows. Like I remember seeing Van Halen and I was listening, and Alice in Chains opened up. Like I was like floored, you know? And I remember like, but the thing is, it sucked though. Cause it's like, that's nice about technology. This now, like I think whatever Van Halen tapes I had back then, like maybe one or two, like 1984, maybe 5150, or no, then I OU 812 or no, it was 5150. Yeah. I think came out with Sammy Hagar, and like I remember like wanting to hear it, like, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna buy. I didn't have money to buy that. You know, you had to pick and choose what you wanted to buy. You
saw Van Halen at Blossom?
With Sammy Hagar, though.
With Sammy Hagar?
Yeah.
Okay, right on. Was it on the For All Now for Carnal Knowledge tour?
No, it was 90.
So I'm trying to think, when would you have seen Alice in Chains open for them?
Probably
in 95 or something? Maybe earlier?
Yeah, I think it was Pound Cake. What's that record? That's not 5150. That's
For All Now for Carnal Knowledge, I think.
Yeah. Well, Pound Cake. That was the hit single.
Yeah.
And he came out with dude, he came out with the power drill, dude. You could hear it, like it was so loud. Yeah. Hold on, Yeah. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, you know, you see all those concerts, and then I just saw something like a video today of Tattooed the Earth, and I'm like, remember going with Mark and Spacuzza.
I was there too.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah.
We all drove to Detroit. Did you go to Detroit one?
I went to the Cleveland one.
I went to the Detroit one. So I went there, and I was like, I just remember that day, and it was just like, it's like once in a while I'll smell something like remind me of that day. Like it was like in the summertime. I'm like, oh yeah, because it's just like that was like just a cool day. I wanted to see Slipknot. I think they were on that, right? But I don't think we stayed.
They were headlining, yeah.
Yeah, I think we left like after like I think I saw Seven Dust maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it was Seven Dust, Slayer.
Slipknot. Yeah, we didn't see Slayer though.
It was the S tour.
Because
did you go to the Cleveland one?
No.
Oh, dude, my greatest memory of that was the buses were parked. So if let's say you're looking at main stage.
Yeah.
All right. So then there were side stages over here where like kind of like Hatebreed played and stuff like that. But then the main stage, was I remember Seven Dust, Slayer, Slipknot. But the buses. So you're looking at the main stage, the whole crowd area. It's an outdoor thing, and the buses were all lined up behind, facing the stage, behind the crowd. Yeah. And there was a fence there and stuff like that. But while like Slayer and Slipknot were playing, bands like Hatebreed were up on top of their bus, just sitting there watching above everybody with the greatest seats in the house. And I just looked at that, and we had never been in a bus yet or anything like that. We hadn't done anything. This was 2000, 2001, something like that. And I just remember thinking, God, I want to do that. That's what I want. I want to be on a tour like this, playing these outdoor festivals every day in a different place and just hanging. And then we did it on Ozfest. Yeah. 2003 was our first.
So that was 99 though, I believe, right? Was that 99
it
or
might
2000?
Have been,
early
2000, something like that.
Yeah.
Hatebreed tore it up that day. Huge pits.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
cool.
I
mean, it's fun. It's the whole thing. Like it's, and I love what we're doing now.
It's fun to be doing it again.
Yeah,
playing
festivals having a blast. Like, it's working all the time and doing all that, and it's like, I saw a customer come in. You got any shows coming up? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, we're playing at this Milwaukee Metal Fest. We're going to Milwaukee. Then we're flying to Daytona. We're playing at Daytona 500 Speedway. Really? I'm like, yeah, like 50,000 people. It's like, they like old dudes I like talk to. They're awesome dudes. I love them, but it's like, they look forward to like, we all, Tom, what's going on in your life? You know what I mean? It's like, it's a very cool thing to be able to do now at this stage in our lives and still have that. And it's very, I don't even know how to explain the feeling, but it's like, it's excitement in a different way, because the excitement when all this stuff was going on in the beginning, it was more of a, work, like we got to like something, it wasn't enough. It's like more, like you had to kind of keep it going, where now it's like, okay, I got time in between. Like we did a cruise and now we're going into, playing these shows, and we got some time off, and then September, like people talking about like, once you do a tour, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, is that going to, I don't know what's going on. Just hang out.
Right.
Like there's nothing.
Take it as it comes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think, and that's the cool thing, that even that we're still relevant, and that's
for sure.
That's it's a good feeling.
Yeah. It's a testament to the albums that people still enjoy them and that they've become timeless, unbelievable, right? And back in the Sacrifix days, and Skip Line days.
Oh,
Did you think? Who knew?
I think too. It's funny because my mom said, when we did the 2 shows, she's like, do people still remember you guys? I go, yeah, they do. They remember us. I don't know how. I mean, we must have set an impact on them, and that's, we're still where we're at, Here, let me grab this bass.
Oh, you motherfucker. What was that, snot or something?
I don't know. It looks like some kind of I don't know.
I like this bass. It looks good on camera, too.
Yeah.
Let's look at the greens next to each other.
Yeah, you can tell a little bit of a gloss to that. But yeah, the idea is to play these on stage together,
Yeah, I'm running this through the bass sound right now.
That's a nice guitar. Nice. Very friendly.
Friendly. Let's see if I do this.
My back's hurting on this chair.
Well,
What's that?
we can wrap it up.
Okay. I just need to stand up for a second. This is weird.
All right. So yeah, no, you just got to stand up for a sec.
Yeah, just for a second.
Well, let's just go ahead and wrap it up.
Sure.
Pull your basses in front of you. Show off these 2 new ones. What do you think? Which is your favorite from right out the get-go?
Are you asking me? Which one of my favorites? If I were to say I had a favorite one, feel-wise, I like this one, the
Spectra?
The Spectra more than I do this one as of right now. But like I said, we got to go to practice. I got to feel all these. I'm excited.
And I'll get them set up so they'll feel, you give me the strings you want and they'll feel the way you want.
Get these ready by next Tuesday and I'll call you. Are you guys going to? Oh, okay. Yeah. So you don't have time?
Eventually. No, I'll get them going for you.
Okay, I'll take them home.
Well, yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah. No, but
so yeah, it's going to be cool. Before you know it, like Mark said, it's going to be here before we know it. So
I know.
The shows are in May, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think right around maybe like Mother's Day is when we start rehearsing, or maybe that's the shows, something like that. So right now it's almost April. Yeah, man, got about a month, and then it's time to get going.
Oh my God!
So you got to come back over for a jam like we normally do. Hey, that'd be a good thing. Maybe I get the basses from you, set them up, and then you come over to pick them up.
Yeah.
We'll do a little jam or something like that. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to hear a jam like we normally do. We'll rehearse the songs beforehand, going over and get some laughs in. And if you don't want to see that, then just don't comment, I guess. And we won't do it.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut.
All right.
It's good
Jim,
to see everybody.
Yeah, thanks again for coming by.
Absolutely.
And, I think you're my most reoccurring guest on the show. I'm not considering this and everything you love, but just being here.
Yeah.
Probably a proximity thing,
It's
being
good.
so close.
Yeah. The haircut this week.
I got my neck shaved. That's my haircuts.
It works.
All right. Well, appreciate everybody watching. Thanks, Jackson. I'm super stoked.
Yes,
on
thank you
mine
very
as
much.
well.
Thank you very much.
And if you're not subscribed to the channel, Jim wants you to do so. He says, go ahead and just click that little button.
Click that little button.
What should they do? Give it a like?
Give it a like and a subscription.
Yeah, buy Rob's DVD.
Yeah,
right?
buy his DVD, the one that came out 10 years ago, 15?
Yeah, something like that. It's old. My on-camera demeanor too is like all those old guitar videos. Like, all right, so let's go ahead and tune. This is no personality, no charisma or whatever. So
I gave him a lot of personality. It's nice.
He did. Jim taught me street smarts over the year and how to really eat. All right. Cheers, guys. See you on the next one. Jim LaMarca.